We've got some cleaning up to do. You know, we don't want to let it go just like this. So what are the tools available for us to help us clean these things up and make really nice surfaces? So one of the tools we have is Mask by Polygroup. So if I open up the brush palette, you can see Auto Masking, Mask by Polygroup. And what that means is that if that's on, any brush I select is going to always focus on the polygroup for the first surface I click on. So let's just switch that all the way to 100. Okay, and then let's go into the brush pop-up and go H polish. So I'm going to turn polyframe off, and let's click in here where we know there is a group, and just really batten that down, back and forth. Yeah, there we go. Back and forth, get it really nice and clean. Okay. Now I'm going to soften this a bit. Okay, this is the sole here, so it doesn't need to get a whole lot of hard edges. There are other parts that do need that. So we're going to have some nice contrast. Definitely going to need to clean some of that up. Okay, just going to run that along there. Okay. Let's undo that. And see how H polish works. Okay, again, long stroke. Careful. There we go. And let's work on these stripes here. See if I can get that edge to be a little cleaner. It might behoove you to use a couple of different steps here. So I'm going to store morph target, and then I'm going to come in and be a little bit more careless. You can also do this with layers. Let's see, what group? I want the yellow. There we go. Same with the back side. Oops, careful not to go over. And there you go. Real quick, but very effective, using this H polish with Mask by Polygroup on to just get rid of all of the strangeness in there. So when you pull it out, that looks really good. Oops. Gotta be careful, don't break the line. Hitting all kinds of keys. Looks like I'm having to dig in a line here, so I'm using H polish, but it's affecting the body. Digs in, and then I can pull this stripe out, and then I can use H polish and really blend the edge back in. So doesn't matter, that kind of surface is actually really good. And do the other side. Gotta be really careful. It's just such a tiny space. Yikes. Having to do this in steps. Because I was not able to get the control I wanted with long strokes. Looking at the highlight. Still got wobbliness I'm not happy with. And age polish out those extraordinary vertices that resulted from when I pressed smooth. Okay, that one was a bit of a problem, so I'm going to learn from that. Smaller strokes in the beginning till I can get this thing under control. There we go. Got enough of a ledge there where I can be a little bit more careless. Okay. You can also turn them off, and you can see how age polish, or let's try just a regular polish brush. It's going to behave. I'm kind of a fan of age polish for now. That got a little out of hand. And a little bit of trim dynamic. Turning Z sub on for trim dynamic. Not sure how it got to Z add. And it's really designed for Z sub. Let's show everything. So that's one of the ways. It takes a little bit of time, and there's absolutely the argument of edge looping and box modeling and all that stuff to decide which one you really want to be doing. And I'm not going to get into that debate. I'm just going to show you how you can do this in ZBrush. Okay, we can also come in and say deformation, polish by crisp edge. Okay, that'll do some of the work for us. Let's set it to 2, 2, 2, yeah. Okay, and let's come in here and turn mask by polygroup to 0. That way I can start to just work on these edges. In with Damien's standard brush. Okay. I'm reflowing this. Get my edges. Okay. That's looking good from this distance, and that's going to be enough for this first stage. So that's a little bit of cleanup. Now we need to go in, and we need to add laces. So you need to add the rivets, and then we need to get some laces going back and forth to make that happen.